Oh, all right, guys. This is the latest update. I did get some information about a half hour before the call started tonight that really it's really helping us to see really what's going on and where we are. First of all, we believe at this point all countries have connected to the quantum financial system. We had 3 countries that were lagging, which was Israel, Lebanon, and Mozambique. And those 3 countries were to have been connected to the quantum system as of 1 in the morning Eastern Daylight Time yesterday. That would have been on Wednesday at 1 a.m. Cool, good, connected, done, good. Now, most of the banks are also connected and are Basel 3 or 4 compliant. But there are some stragglers that were not completely Basel, B-A-S-E-L, Basel 3 compliant, and they need to be to do exchanges. So even though they're not going to be dealing with Zim, those are only to be used at Wells Fargo redemption centers and possibly some Chase redemption centers, but not really anywhere else on Zim. You'll be happy to know that the majority of those Tier 3 banks and some Tier 2s should be connected and should be Basel III compliant by this weekend. Okay, so that's good. Also, there are some countries, and I don't have a list of these, there are some countries that are not yet asset-backed. Could be gold, could be other assets, to be asset-backed to support their new currency. Because all currencies in the globe are backed by the amount of valuable assets, gold, silver, palladium, platinum, precious jewels, oil, intellectual property, that China hasn't stolen yet. All of those things are valued and give value to the currencies around the globe. So there are still a few countries left that need to get asset-backed and are supposed to be asset-backed by Monday, this coming Monday. Maybe over the weekend. I've heard over the weekend, and I'm going to give them until Monday because thinking by that time, we've got this Memorial Day that we celebrate here. So our weekend goes obviously Saturday, Sunday, and Monday here. Okay? I don't care too much that it's a 3-day weekend in terms of banking here. I don't think that's really a big deal for us. So I think that's okay. The other piece that we are getting is we had heard last night that we would have liquidity, meaning our exchanges would start. The bondholders in Tier 3 would get access to their funds in 6 days. Now, that would actually put us, considering this came in last night, we start with Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday would be in 6 days. So I think what we're looking at, by the way, Tuesday is the last day of May, and as the 31st. The first day of June is that Wednesday. Wednesday is the first day of June. Now, is this possibly going to happen before the 1st of June for us? A logical person would say, well, they wouldn't start it before the 1st of the month. That would be the day we would start our exchanges. And that may be the case. However, the most recent intel that I've received this evening is pointing to this starting maybe a day or so sooner, which means that bondholders, and we had heard this yesterday, that bondholders were moved from them being notified on Saturday evening or night to this coming Monday. They got a 2-day move from Saturday, this coming Saturday, to Monday evening or night. Now, the latest update I have on that is we could be looking at notifications for the bondholders and for us going out Monday evening or Monday night and showing up in our inbox on Tuesday morning when we wake up and check our emails. They could be designed to go in overnight, which could be early in the morning on Tuesday, and you wake up to it, and then what do? You set your appointments. Now, if you get it at dark 30 in the morning and you see your email, the theory is you would be able to set your appointments Tuesday and maybe start on Tuesday, which is the 31st of May. So it's possible that we do get this before the 1st of June. It's also possible that we get notified on the 31st and set our appointments for the 1st of June, which is a Wednesday. So that's basically, we heard we could get there a day sooner, which is what brings Monday night overnight into play. It could. It's possible. We can always hope for that. But any way we go, we should be, based on everything that we're hearing, we should be in place to set those appointments on Tuesday, at least for Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's what I'm getting. And it's not from just one source. This is multiple sources that are confirming the timing on this. And so I'm excited about that because it takes us where we need to go in less than a week. Tonight's Thursday night. We should be exchanging in 5 or 6 days. So we'll see what happens. We're excited about that. I mentioned the NDAs on Tuesday night, what to do about exempting a list of maybe 4 or 5 or 6 people that are working with you on your projects, close family members, etc., and putting that on a typewritten sheet to hand in when they start talking about your NDA. I've talked about the fact that you're going to have time probably to set up your quantum account, of course. That's the mother load. That's where everything goes. You'll transfer a certain percentage, could be up to 50% of your funds from your exchange into your primary account, is what I'm calling it, with Wells Fargo. That primary account, I don't know that we're going to have time to set up a secondary account with Wells, which I'd like to do. You may just have to come back to your bank the next day or so to set up a secondary account that I'm calling the secondary or spillover account, that the interest earned in the primary account, because that's the interest-bearing account, that primary account would spill the interest or could spill the interest over into that secondary account. And then the other thing we didn't really go into depth on is the ZIM is one thing that goes into the quantum, but the other currencies like dinar, dong, rupiah, and Afghani, those and rial, those currencies, you should get the value of those immediately, and that, in my case, I would try to put into my secondary account. I would try to keep that separate from the ZIM that's in the quantum account, and then the amount of that quantum that's transferred into the primary account, which earns the interest. But let's see where that goes. It might be that all of it's combined in that primary account, currency and a certain percentage of your ZIM redemption. We'll see what happens. Remember, the ZIM is extremely valuable. It has the denominations on ZIM are very high, and get used to what $1 trillion looks like or a quadrillion dollars looks like with 15 zeros following the number. Like one quad is 1 followed by 15 zeros. Okay? And it could, some of you guys have that much. I know it because I know some of you do. So I want to say it's very important that we get our presentations ready to go, and Sue has made it very easy for you by creating a formula that allows you to see what certain presentations look like and how you can use your ideas and combine those ideas in a presentation format which uses all the proper language, all the keywords, everything where you go, oh, I see how to do it. It's making it very easy to take one or more of these templated presentations and create your own version of that in fairly short order. Now, the way you get to do that is you send Sue an email. It costs you $165 to get that information and sent out to you so that you can build that world-class presentation. Now, all you have to do is, and it does help if you have a PayPal account. That's the easiest way. But if you don't, Sue can invoice you, and you can pay a different way. But the trick is to send her an email tonight so that you have plenty of time to execute this and to put these presentations out for your own good. Remember, you've only got 5 to 8 minutes allotted for your presentation on all of your projects. And I hope you don't have too many, but if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 projects or more, you'll have to capsulize that and summarize that in a format which is easy to do with what Sue has done. You can do it in 5 to 8 minutes and present that in that period of time. So what you do is you send an email to Integrated Minds at hushmail.com. Integrated Minds is INTEGRATED Minds, Integrated Minds at hushmail.com. Now, in your header line or your subject line, you want to put world-class formula $165. That way, she knows that you know that there's an investment involved in this, which will pay huge dividends at the Redemption Center for you. Okay? That's very important. Also, there's probably just enough time for her to get started with you on the world-class, what we call designing your best future. The Designing Your Best Future is 4 one-hour sessions with Sue, one-on-one, where you can get reviewed on your presentation, and you can also see what to expect in the first 6 months after the exchange and the redemption appointment is done, and how you fit into that, and how this is capsulized and personalized to you. Absolutely made custom. It's customized for you to respond and to see where you're going to be in 6 months or less. So I'm excited about that. Sue's done beautifully and has great testimonials on people that have been through the the Designing Your Best Future sessions. Those have been so valuable. And so really those two things are what we're recommending for you to do. You've got to have a presentation. You've got to have it down where you can easily read the outline that you've created and hand them a copy of that outline at the redemption appointment. So you'll be so much more comforted and confident with your presentation if you go ahead and do this. And everybody that's done it has raved about how easy it is and how much it has made their presentation valuable and makes it work for them. And I think that's terrific. So I highly recommend it. There is some color graphics that you can add for like $60, I think. It's not much, that Kendall, Great Creative Kendall, can add to your presentation. And he's done that for, oh gosh, thousands of listeners have had that additional artwork done by Kendall. And it livens up, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 words. The color graphics, the artwork really brings these presentation outlines home. It really does. And I highly recommend that you use Kendall for the artwork, unless you're really gifted as a graphic artist yourself. As far as the timing, you've got it. We could be there by the last day of this month. We could go all the way to the 1st of next month, which is Wednesday, 1st of June. Don't know. I'd love to have it before the end of the month. That'd be great. And I would look forward to us moving forward and getting that together. Now, the other thing is, you guys know the email to Sue, integratedminds@hushmail.com. All right? Make sure you've got that. Make sure you spell integrated right. Okay? I think we can all do that. So, at least by now. So, the timing is great for this to finally come in. And I believe we have everything. Once those few countries come in with asset-backed currencies over the weekend, Iraq did not put out their rate this week as we had been told, but we're being told from Iraq that that new rate will come out this weekend, which will probably end up being Saturday or Sunday, so they can trade it Sunday night with the other countries in the Far East. It could be traded up from there. The new rate, I know what it is, I can't say it, for the in-country rate in Iraq on the dinar, it's going to be a very strong in-country rate, and that will also be traded up probably. So we're going to have an excellent rate for us at the redemption centers. We definitely will be treated with the best of all the rates of anybody at the redemption centers, and not only for Zim, but on all the other currencies as well. So I'm excited about getting started, you guys. I know you all are. It's only been 18 years for me, but 11 years on the big call. I know some of you have been in here for quite a while as well. But let's do this. Let's believe that this is the final week of anything that needs to be done. That's where I am. I've been in it so long that nothing phases me anymore. But I do hope, as all of you do, that the buffeting that we've received by the winds of change and the winds of time has made us stronger. And that's what it's all about. It's about our courage, about how strong we can be. It's about the fact that we're not whining and complaining, but we realize that a lot of things had to happen and still have to happen behind the scenes. They really do. And hopefully this is it, and the sources that we have are right, and we're going forward, starting, let's call it Monday night into Tuesday morning for notifications. All right, let's pray this call out. I want to thank everybody, first of all, for listening all around the globe. Thank you for tuning in.